Saira, my name is Arpita Singh.
Yes, beta, you're clearly audible. Arpita, continue.
Okay, sorry, ma'am. From this story, through the story, we know about this. Ma'am, can you give me 2 minutes?
Yes, Arpita, what is it?
Ma'am, can you give me 2 minutes? There's some network problem.
No, we can clearly hear you, and you're visible also.
No, ma'am, it is showing that you lost your network connection.
नहीं आपको दिख रहा है बट हमें आपको अगर नेटवर्क नहीं होता तो आप हमें दिखते नहीं
Ma'am,
आप बोलते
ma'am, please give me 2 minutes. Ma'am,
remember everyone is getting only 2 minutes for talking speaking
ma'am,
after that I will hold you
ma'am, can you
yes beta
call the next student? May I take 2 minutes?
Arpita leave it just we can hear you now so that means network is there you
Ma'am,
continue speaking
ma'am, I'm a little bit nervous. Please, can you call next student?
okay fine next
Ma'am, can I?
Yogita unmute yourself and start don't waste time Yogita
Yes, ma'am.
yes start beta
Yes, ma'am. I'm Yogita Srivastav, and I'm telling the summary of the story, the beer story. Once there lived a lady on the border of a big forest. She found a bear cub in the forest. It was quite helpless. The the lady had to bring it up on the bottle. The cook helped her. After many years, it grew up to a big and strong bear. However, he was a most amiable bear. He harmed neither man nor beasts. There were three mountain ponies in the stable. Even these even these ponies did not feel frightened when he walked into the stable. He also looked.
Yogita is there someone else also in your room
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am,
I can hear their voice. Your voice is not audible properly because they are talking. Tell them to go out of the room.
okay, ma'am. I'm starting. After
Don't
many
start again. Just start from where you left it, okay? And speak quickly. You're speaking very slow.
Okay, ma'am. Even these ponies did not feel frightened when he walked into the stable. He also looked amicably at the cattle. The children used to ride on his back. They had also found been found asleep in his kennel between his two paws. The three Lapland dogs loved to play with him. They pulled his ears and teased him in every way. He did not mind at all. The bear ate same food as the dogs. He ate beer porridge, potatoes, cabbages, and turnips. He had a good appetite. He used to see see with wistful eyes at the apples in the orchard. He was
Excuse me, ma'am.
not allowed to climb the tree and eat and and eat, uh, and eat them. He had also been taught not to touch the beehive. He was once put on the chain for 2 days. When he had touched the beehives, otherwise he was chained only at night, like a dog. A bear also does not like to be chained. The lady visited the lady.
Yogita, you're taking more than 2 minutes, so I'm going to stop you over here.
Okay,
Okay?
ma'am.
Okay, thank you, beta. Next, Zenwell, on your camera, start. Zenwell, अपने कैमरा थोड़ा ऊपर करो. मुझे श्योर होना चाहिए कि तुम चीटिंग नहीं कर रहे. हाँ, look into the camera and speak. Start.
Long ago, there was an elephant named Golu. Golu was full of questions. One day, Golu met and Mena said, "Have you seen an crocodile? What did it eat?" The Mena said, "Go to the Limpopo River." Next day, Golu went to Limpopo River.
जेन्युइन ये बार बार ना म्यूट करके या ये दिखाने की कोशिश मत करना कि नेटवर्क नहीं है. मेरे भी ना आज पेन में भी नेटवर्क कम है जब मैं मार्क्स दूंगी. तो डोंट ट्राई टू एक्ट स्मार्ट. सीधा पापा को कॉल लगाऊंगी फिर. यू गॉट 2 minutes, स्पीक प्रॉपरली एंड गो. यस, अब कहाँ देख रहे हो आप? मुझे तो आप दिख ही नहीं रहे. ओके, नाउ मैं आपको 10 मार्क्स डायरेक्ट माइनस कर रही हूँ जनरल, बिकॉज आई कैन सी योर फेस. अब वापस नीचे हो रहा है. हाउ कैन आई बी श्योर दैट यू डोंट हैव अ पेपर इन फ्रंट ऑफ यू? तुम ज्यादा स्मार्ट एक्ट करोगे तो मैं उससे भी ज्यादा स्मार्ट एक्ट कर सकती हूँ. आप बोल रहे हो कि मैं मार्क्स चढ़ा दूं? बताओ. Okay, I can't hear you, so it's 0 for you, Zenwell. Next. 1 second.
Ma'am, can I?
Little bit. I am seeing you're going to the sequence. अब बार बार unmute मत करो अपने आप को. Yes, Rishika. Next, it's you. Then Sarakshi. Rishika, Sarakshi, Pankti, be ready. Okay. Yes, Rishika, you may start.
Yes, ma'am. My voice is clear.
Yes, beta. It is audible, clear.
Okay, ma'am. The tiny teacher summary of the tiny teacher. An ant is the tiniest yet the wisest of all insects. It is very intelligent and hardworking. The story of an ant's life is difficult to believe, but those people who have observed the behavior of ants closely know a number of surprising facts about them. Ants can talk among themselves, and an ant talks to other ants by touching their feelers to pass messages. There are many kinds of ants, among which the black red ones are most common. Ants live in nests, or we can say ant hills, just below the surface of the soil, and an anthill has several rooms and passages. The queen and lays eggs in the some of these rooms, while Some others are nurseries for the young ones. There, there are separate quarters for workers and barracks for soldiers. Ants live in peace and harmony. They do their own work and never fight with each other. The ant is the mother of the entire population of the ant colony. She has a pair of wings. With the help of her wings, she goes out to meet a male ant, or we can say the drone, high up in the sky on a hot summer day. This is called her wedding flight. After coming soon, she bites off her wings and begins to lay eggs. Eggs hatch and become grubs. In 2 to 3 weeks, grubs change into cocoons. Finally, the cocoons break after a wait of more than 3 weeks and perfect comes on out. Now, the new ants learn their duties from the old ants are workers, soldiers, builders, and cleaners, etc. Uh, and ants also keep pets in their handles. Insects like beetles, lizards of the ants and the green fly are allowed to live in the ant hills because they give off pleasant smell and sweet juices. The green fly is the ant's cow. It gives honeydew when milked by ants. Now the moral of the story. Man has learnt as much as the ant have, but he hasn't used his learning in the right manner. He still to learn many things like hard work, sense of duty, discipline, and loyalty to the motherland from this tiny teacher. Thank you.
Very good, Rishika. It was well in time, very short and good. That is exactly how I want others also to speak. If you take extra time, then I will cut marks. Okay. Next it is Pankti. I could, now Raghav Tiwari is in the uniform. Good. Yes, Pankti, are you ready on your camera?
Ma'am, I am going to out of station, so
नहीं तो
ma'am,
आप
I
बोलो,
can't able to tell
लेकिन आना
because
चाहिए
I'm
Pankti.
in car.
तो आज नहीं हो पाएगा फिर आपका. Can you wait? I don't know whether मैं
Ma'am, I
दे
am
पाती हूँ ये.
lot of
रुद्र, अगर आप फालतू में माइक ऑन करोगे तो I will cut your marks.
मैम मेरे को ये बताना था कि मैम मेरा जो हैंड है वो इंजर्ड है, तो मैम मैं ड्रेस नहीं पहन पाऊंगा.
हाँ ठीक है, आपको एग्जेम्प्टेड है, बट आप ऑन करके कैमरा दे सकते हो व्हेन आई कॉल आउट योर नेम. साराक्षी एंड आफ्टर दैट अग्रिमा. यस साराक्षी, ओवर टू यू. ऑन योर कैमरा साराक्षी. साराक्षी.
Yes, ma'am.
यस स्टार्ट बेटा.
I'm going to tell the story of Golu grows a nose. Long, long ago, there lives an elephant named Golu. He has a bulgy nose as a boot. He was a naughty boy and asked such difficult questions to everyone. He asked to the ostrich, why you won't fly like other birds? He asks to giraffe, what makes your skin so spotty? He asks hippopotamus, why your eyes are always red? He asks to baboon, why do melons taste like melons? One day, Golu met a manna bird and asked her, what does the crocodile have for his dinner? Then the manna said, go to the banks of Limpopo River and find out. Golu went home and take some food for him and said goodbye to his family. And after that, when he's going in the way to the Limpopo River, he met a python and asked the same question to him. Have you ever seen a crocodile? What does he look like? What does he have for his dinner? The python uncoiled himself but said nothing. Golu said goodbye to him and coiled him around the branch again, and the python followed Golu. Golu moved on the way, and after some days, Golu reached to to the Limpopo River. He, he seen a crocodile and asked him, "What do you have for your dinner?" The crocodile said, the crocodile said, "Come, come, little one, I will whisper the answer to you." Golu put his head down close to the crocodile, and the crocodile hold his nose. The python who was following Golu came to the bank and pulled pulled the pulled Golu and
Okay, okay, beta. Sarakshi, time over. Okay, no problem. You spoke very well. Okay, okay. Next, Agrima, are you ready? On your camera.
Yes, ma'am, I am ready.
Yes, after Agrima, it is Raghav Tiwari. Okay, start Agrima.
Saya, ma'am,
Unnecessarily don't sit and chat in the class. 1 second, Agrima, 1 second. I'm coming back in this. Uh,
yes.
yes, Agrima, you may begin.
Yes, ma'am. Uh, mm, I'm telling chapter 7, Chandni. Uh, Once upon a time, there lived a uh, uh, named Abu Khan. He lived all alone except a few goats, which he kept as pet. He loved to keep goats as his pet, and he gave weird names of goats, means funny names, such as Kalua, Mungia, or Gujri. He would take them out of grazing during the day and talk them one as talks to one's own children. At night, he bring them back to his little hut and put a string around the neck of each goat. But goats love to go to the hills, so they ran off from his hut and go to the hills if it causes them their life. One day, when all of his goats were ran, Abu Khan said to himself that no more goats in his house. But after some time, he felt very lonely, so he brought a small goat. He named her name Chandni. He thought that she is little and she would never leave him. Chandni stayed many years with him, but after a few years, she grew up and also wanted to go to the hills. One day, she tells Abu Khan that she wanted to go to the hills, but Abu Khan said that there is up on the hills there is danger. You can't go. But she was very she wanted to go to the hills. So Abu Khan was very angry and he put the Chandni in a small hut and locked the door. But he forgot to lock the back window. In the night, Chandni escaped from the window and goes to the hills. Uh, in the hilltop, she met a few herd of goats, and goats asked that she wanted to go to the with group with them, but she refused because she wanted to enjoy all uh, all by herself. After that, the sun sets down, and uh, uh, and there was very no one was there, and she heard a sound. She thought it may be the wolf who killed so many goats, and she first of all thought that she can go back to the Abu Khan, but she said no. I want the freedom and I will fight for it. And when Chandni and Wolf came face to face, they fight all night. And in the when the sun rises, the Chandni was laying down with the blood. Group of birds were seeing the fight whole night. They said the wolf was the winner, but the one old wise bird said that Chandni is the winner. Thank you.
Very well, Agrimari. Excellent. Okay, next it is Raghav Tiwari. Fast, beta. You got
Yes, ma'am.
exactly 2 minutes. After exactly 2 minutes, stop. Okay, start.
Okay,
On
ma'am.
your camera.
Today, yes, ma'am. Today I am going to tell the moral and the summary of Golu Grows the Nose. Summary. Uh, long ago, there lived a baby elephant called Golu. He was full of questions. Golu asked the ostrich, "Why don't you ever fly like other birds?" He asked his uncle hippopotamus, "Why your eyes are always so red?" They do not answer these questions because they thought Golu was a naughty boy and asked very difficult questions. Guru was interested about to know crocodile and its eating habits. Guru was One day he met a miner. The miner told miner advice to go to the Limpopo River. Finally, met the crocodile. Gulu was frightened, yet he asked the crocodile, "What do you have for dinner?" The crocodile said, "Come closer, little one, and I will answer to you." The crocodile takes the advantage and catches Golu by the nose. The python tries to help Golu to escape from the crocodile. The to escape from the crocodile. In the intense of pulling and pushing, Gulu's nose was stretched 5 feet long. The python told many benefits about a long nose. The Go- Golu thanked the python and went back home. The moral of the story is experience is also the best teacher. Thank you.
Okay, excellent, Raghav. Well in time. Very good.
Ma'am,
Next, I would call upon, yes,
ma'am,
Parag.
ma'am, can I speak the, can I explain the chapter 10?
Okay, you can, but please, when you talk to me, always on your camera. And now I'm calling on the next child. And why are there so many me's? Radhika, Nitish. बार बार मी लिखने से मैं मार्क्स डिडक्ट करने शुरू कर दूंगी राधिका, ये मजाक नहीं है कोई। जब बोल रहा है कोई तो कैमरे की तरफ देखता है, साइड में अगर मैसेज आता है तो डाइवर्ट हो जाता है बच्चा। हैव सम मैनर्स। And next it is, I'm calling Arpita now because she was left. Arpita, over to you. After that, Renuka. Yes, Arpita, on your camera.
Sairam, my name is Arpita Singh. I am going to tell you about bringing up Kari. The story of bringing up Kari takes us through the story of the narrator who has a baby elephant named Kari. Through the story, the Kari and boy grow up together. The relationship between the narrator and Kari was sweet and pure. The elephant loves to take bath in the river. The narrator takes him every morning for the morning bath in the river. One day, Kari pushed the narrator into the stream to save another drowning boy. However, the narrator can't swim and eventually Kari ends up to save them both. One day, Kari mischievously steals banana from the dining table, and after that, he learns a lesson for his wrongdoing. Kari also learned many other tricks as the narrator keeps teaching him along. The moral of the story is animals too have some ability of sometimes being more caring and loving than human beings. Thank you.
Okay, great, Arpita. Very good. Very good. Okay, next, Renuka, start.
Yes.
Yes, beta, on your camera.
Sai
Start.
Ram. I am Renuka Yadav from 7th P. Today I am going to tell you the story of the cop and the anthem. This is a story of a man whose name was Soapy. Soapy was a man who was jobless as well as a homeless person. He was getting restless because of the signs of approaching winters. These signs were that the birds were moving to the south, trees were shedding the leaves, and the man had desire for new warm clothes. These signals made him fearful of the approaching winters. As such, he had desire for shelter during the winter period. He came to choose Blackwell's Island prison instead of other places like Southern Skies or Bay of Naples. Soapy then made attempts to get himself arrested. His first plan was to eat at a fine restaurant and then say that he had no money. Soapy thought that this would send him to Blackwell's prison for 3 months. With this plan in his mind, Soapy came to a restaurant where only the wealthy people came every evening. The head waiter saw the torn shoes of Soapy and forced him out. Hence, his first attempt was a failure. Soapy then came to a second restaurant. After eating the food there, Soapy said that he had no money to pay. The waiter then threw him out instead of calling the cop. He had another idea. He had another idea to break a glass window with a stone. Soapy stopped after seeing a policeman arriving there. However, instead of arresting him, the policeman thought wrongdoers flee uh, don't flee the crime scene, and hence he didn't arrest the Soapy. Soapy made another attempt for his arrest. This time, he began shouting like a drunk man in front of a theater. The cop thought that he might be a college boy and hence left him. So Soapy then saw the umbrella of a man buying a newspaper. He then came. He then came to the decision of stealing it. So Soapy then Soapy then took the umbrella and the man kept following him. Soapy then gave up all hopes of getting arrested. Then he stopped at his old childhood home. Then a sudden change came into his soul. At that moment, Soapy came to the decision of changing his life for the better. Uh, for the better, he decided to fight the challenges of life. Most noteworthy, Soapy decided to find work from the very next day. Uh, just just then a cop came there and he asked Soapy what he was doing there. Soapy then began to argue with him due to his new confidence. However, the cop took him and the judge gave him 3 months prison sentence on Blackwell's Island. What we learn from this story is although all of us do wrong things in our lives, there are times when we realize that what we are doing is wrong. The important thing is to realize one's mistake and make efforts to be somebody in the world. As they say, better late than never. Thank you.
Okay, well done, Radhika. Only that it was a little long, okay? Because the chapter also was long. Okay. Next, I would call upon uh, Radhika. Radhika, start. And remember only two
Yes,
minutes. On your camera, yes.
ma'am, my voice is clear.
Yes, start better. It's clear.
Uh, the teeny
Camera.
teacher,
Radhika, आप दिख नहीं रहे हो. Anamika, is she visible? Radhika, हाँ,
Yes,
now you're
ma'am.
visible. Start.
The tiny teacher summary. Ants ants have comfortable homes. Each home has hundreds of little rooms and passages. Uh, In some of these rooms, the and queen ant lay eggs. Uh, Others are nurses for the young ants. Workers have their reserved quarters. Uh, some rooms serve as storehouses for food. Soldiers have separate barracks. Uh, mm, Ants in a house never quarrel with each other. Each ant does its share of work intelligently and bravely. So the ants lead a very peaceful life. We uh, we know some many others fact about ants life. People have kept ants and pets. They have watched their daily behavior closely. An ant uses its feelers or antennae to talk to or to uh, greet other ants. There are many kinds of ants. The commonest among them are the black and red ones. The the queen ant is the mother of the entire population of ants of a colony. It has a pair of wings after its wedding flight. It gets rid of its wings. Uh, After that, it does nothing but lay eggs. Eggs hatch and grubs come out. Grubs takes two or three weeks to become cocoon. Cocoon take 3 more weeks to become perfect ants. Thus, it takes 5 or 6 weeks for a grub to become a complete ant. When the eggs become grubs, soldiers guard them. Workers ants carry the grubs about for earrings, exercise, and sunshine. New ants are trained for the jobs of workers like soldiers, builders, and cleaners, etc. Uh, After a few weeks training, the small ants are ready to go out for work. Creatures other than the ants also live in the anthill. These are beetless, lesser breed of ants and the greenfly. Some of them give a smell pleasant to the ants.
Radhika, Radhika, it's time later, I'm stopping you over here. Yes. Next, Arush,
Okay, ma'am.
on your camera, and after Arush, it is Soumya.
Ma'am, may I start?
Yes, you may start.
Okay. Long ago, the elephant had no trunk. It had a bulgy nose. They were able to do as well as they were not able to do many things using their bulgy nose. There once lived a baby elephant known as Golu. He was a very naughty elephant. He frustrated his relatives by asking them questions which were not answerable. One day he met a manna sitting on the branch of a tree and asked, what does a crocodile has for dinner and how does it look like? Then the manna answered, go to the bank of the great Limpopo river and find out. Then returned home and took about hundreds of sugar canes, 50 dozen bananas, and 25 melons. And he said to his relatives that I am leaving for the living for the great bank of the Limpopo River. In the way, he met a python and asked him, "Have you ever seen a crocodile? What does he look like? What does he has for dinner? And where does he live?" The python uncoiled himself from the branch of tree but said nothing. Golu politely helped Golu politely helped him to coil around the branch again and said goodbye to him. Golu moved on eating sugar canes, melons, and the bananas he took with him. Then, after some days, he reached the bank of the great Limpopo River. Then he saw a log of wood. Then he saw a log of wood and asked it, "Have you do you have ever seen a crocodile?" And asked, "What does he has for dinner?" Then
Arush, I would stop you over here. Okay, you were quite clear. That's more than enough. Okay. Next it is Soumya and after Soumya Mrinalini be ready. एक second भी waste नहीं करना, ठीक है Mrinalini? After Soumya and Soumya make it short. After Mrinalini it is Shashank. Yes, Soumya on your camera and start.
Yes, ma'am. I'm going to tell a story on Chandni. Once there lived an old man in Almora. He lived all alone except his few goats. He named the goats funny names such as Mungia, Gurji, and Kalua. He take them for grazing during the day and talk to them as talks to one's own children. He takes them back at night to the hut. As they were the best hill breeds, they loved freedom and they wanted to go to the hills near Abu Khan's house. Whenever they get a chance, they ran away towards the hills. There lived an dangerous wolf who eat them. And when Abu Khan get this news that his goats were dead now, he became very sad. When his all goats disappear, he decided that he will never take any goat to his hut. After a few years without goats, he felt alone. Then he buy an young pretty goat that thinking that she will live with him. She lived with him for a few years. She was very cute. She listened his all stories. When she became big, then she also wanted to go to the hills. She asked Abu Khan to go to the hills, but he refused. She said that she will fight with the wolf. The Abu Khan began to laugh and tell the story of her elder sister Kalua, that she was very powerful but she was also not able to fight with the wolf. And then he put a chain around her neck. After a few days, she broke the chain and wanted to run away. But Abu Khan put her into a small hut and closed all the doors, but forgot to close a window. Whenever she get a chance, she jumped through the window and ran towards the hills. She was very happy. She was playing and eating grass. She met a group of wild goats. They asked her to join, but she refused. She wanted to enjoy her new freedom alone. At night, she was a little afraid of wolf. She think of going back to Abu Khan's house, but she said no. She will fight with him. When she became to fight with him, they fight for night. All night they fight, and Chandni make the wolf bloody and become bloody. Early morning, The birds were sitting on the branch and watching the fight. They are talking that who was the winner. One bird say obviously the wolf, but an wise old bird say no. Chandni was the winner because she tried a lot. As she was very young to fight with the dangerous wolf, but she tried. The story gives the moral that trying is more important than the result. Thank you.
Um,
Okay, yes, Soumya. Next.
yes, ma'am. Om Shri Sai Ram. My name is Mrinalini Bastri. I am telling a story, Chandni. Abu Khan was an old man lived in Almora. He was very fond of having goats as pets. All he used to call them by funny names. He used to call them by funny names. His goats were best hills breed. All his goats wanted freedom, but their freedom freedom caused their life. All of his his goats killed by a wolf. Abu Khan was very sad on the death of his all goats. To avoid his loneliness, uh, to avoid his loneliness, Abu Khan decided to bring a new small goat. He named it Chandni. After growing up, Chandni also wanted freedom. Abu Khan told her danger, about uh, about danger. One day, Chandni managed to run from the Abu Khan hut. He reached the hills, and she enjoyed and felt that the happiest day of her life. Of her, of her life. At night, she heard the voice of a voice of a wolf and decided to put up a good good fight to retain her freedom, and the fight started. Fight, fight and ultimately Chanik by a wolf. Moral of the story was freedom is for all and it is their right. Never give up till the last bridge.
Okay,
Thank
okay,
you
very
and
good,
Saira.
Mrinalini. Yes, thank you, Beta. Yes, Shashank, it's almost time to start quickly, okay? I'll take another two children, then I'll explain what is to be done. Yes, Shashank, on your camera and start.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Uh, uh, w- w- Once there lived an old man in Almora. His name was Abu Khan. He kept a few goats as a pet. He would give each of them a funny name. Abu Khan was, however, a little unlucky. Very often at a night, one of the goats would break the string and go up the hills. It was so because the goats loved freedom. His goats were of the best hill breed. Goats in the hilly region hated being tied to the trees or poles, but this freedom वो सैंड हो गया क्या?
Shashank, are you talking
मैं
to
कुछ
someone?
नो मैम.
It's done?
No, yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Now,
Ma'am,
everyone, listen to me, everyone. I have got a class in sixth standard now. I have to take their assessment also. Okay, what we will do is I have got a slot of 20 minutes. आपको पता है हम इसी लिंक में ये 1 सेकेंड